Hello and welcome to Avatar of Initiative. Today you'll be watching the first part of my second stream where I'm going to be playing the Ironclad. There are two runs in this video because the first run was pretty short, so I just tried another one and stuck them both together. So it's a little bit longer of a video, but hopefully you'll enjoy it anyways. Thanks for watching. I think today we're going to start off with the Ironclad, and then maybe after that we'll try the Watcher. So far I have not had very much luck with the Watcher, but we'll see if maybe today is a little different. So we're going to start with the Ironclad. Alright, so every time you do a run in this game, you get a special thing from this whale-like creature. I think at this point I'm just going to remove a card from my deck, and we'll get rid of one of the basic strikes. The Ironclad gets lots of pretty strong attacks, so getting rid of one of the weak ones to start off with is probably a good thing. I think we'll go for Cleave. Sometimes you can get a lot of enemies, and you can get up to like 3 enemies in one thing, or possibly even more in some cases, and dealing AoE to everyone is just super helpful in those scenarios. Alright, so we've fallen into Slimy Goo. We get to claw ourselves out over several minutes as we feel it start to burn. There's just goop in your nose, your eyes, your ears, everywhere. Alright, so we unfortunately lost some of our gold to this purpley goop. We can either just lose the gold and not lose HP, or we can try to gain more gold but lose some HP. Since we get 6 HP back at the end of each combat with the Ironclad, I'm going to lose some HP. Also, thank you for following. Every follow is helpful. Alright, so we're going to continue on doing an event here. Ah, thanks, Ben. Thanks for following. That's real appreciated. Before you lies an elaborate shrine to a forgotten spirit. We can pray and transform a card or leave. Alright, we're going to transform one of our basic strikes into something better. Reckless Charge. Nice. So I'm thinking I'm going to go with Shrug It Off, so we can gain some block and draw a card, because drawing cards are pretty useful. Power Through can be super useful when you need it, and if you don't need it, you don't have to play it for just the dead cards, so I think I'm going to take that one. But I think Barricade's going to be better than Flex. Hello! Hello, Christina G. Alright, at this event we got a treasure chest. So we have to choose between the Sapphire Key and the Gremlin Horn. So this is whenever an enemy dies, gain 1 energy and draw a card, but the Sapphire Key gives us the Sapphire Key. I don't know what the keys do, but pretty sure they're important up here. I could have flexed on him, you're right, but in this scenario, I'm not sure flexing on him was the best choice. And we get another chest. So we get treasure and meat on the bone. If our HP is at or below 50% at the start of, or at the end of combat, we heal 12 HP. So now we can heal a lot of HP if we're lower on HP, which is very useful. Alright, so we'll do an event, we'll do a battle, and then we'll do this like fiery elite enemy, which I don't know what that is, but probably going to be extra hard. Alright, this is a ton of little tiny slimes. This is where Cleave is just like the best, because we just like destroyed half of everyone's HP there, and then we'll be able to kill off the strongest one left with the Reckless Charge, and then we can take another one out here with Bash. So yeah, we're going to take a little bit of damage, but we took out like 3 enemies this turn, so that's pretty great. Let's see what we got here. We got Flex. Hey, look, there we go. So we'll take probably Flex this time, since that way we can flex on him. Or we could take Rage, which is a skill whenever we play an attack card this turn, gain 3 block, which could go well with our not losing block, but we'll go with Flex this time. Or we have Headbutt, which deals 9 damage and put a card from your discard pile on the top of your draw pile. That's really good if we want another card to come back specifically, so I'm going to take one of those. And now we'll fight this fiery looking elite guy. Not sure what he's going to be. Oh, well, we got one of these gremlin dudes that we fought yesterday. And he's got a metastasize, which means at the end of his turn it gains block. Alright, well. Let's deal some damage to this guy and recklessly charge him and deal as much damage as we can before he gets his first turn. Where he's going to do a roar where he's enraged, and now whenever we play a skill, he gets stronger. Unfortunately, a lot of what we drew right now are skills. So if I play the defense cards, he's just going to get stronger. But if I don't play the defense cards, I'm going to take 14 damage. So I'm going to have to play at least one of those, if not both. Let's see if I play the block. So he'll gain 2 strength, but then I think I still got to do that, even if it's not great. I'm not going to play flex, though, because that's going to make him stronger just for us to deal a little more damage to him, which is not as helpful. Alright, so him gaining 4 armor at the end of each of his turns is not super great, but that's alright. I'm gonna headbutt this guy, and we'll be able to bring Bash up to the top of our deck for next turn. Then we'll gain some defense from power through. And do I want to deal some damage to him? Or a little bit more block. Well, if I do block, he's still going to hurt me. I'm going to deal some more damage to him. We got to get this guy closer down. This is going to hurt, but it's alright. And if we get knocked down below 40, we still get a little more health back. So it's not the end of the world, even if it's not great. Alright, we're gonna deal a lot of damage to this guy this time. We're gonna bash him, we're gonna strike him, we're gonna recklessly charge him, we're gonna knock him down. Does 17 HP. Hopefully next turn we can give him a good beating. But looks like not this time so much. Alright, so yeah, this is going to be rough. We have to do some defense cards here, otherwise we're just going to take so much damage. It's ridiculous. Despite it making him deal more, we just got to defend as much as possible because he's just getting too strong. Which only makes him stronger, but we'll see. Hopefully we can finish him this time. Alright. So we can do a headbutt to him. Throw the reckless charge at the top of our deck so we can recklessly charge him next time. And then I just realized we're probably going to die this. Yep, that's not great. Well, let's see what we got here. Alright. I don't think any of these are going to help us right at the moment. I'm gonna drink this regen potion so that'll heal me a little bit, and let's see, skills make him stronger though, so I don't really want to play any more skill cards. So yeah, I think let's see, that'll heal me for 5, which will bump me up to 25. If I throw both defends, that'll knock his down to 29. Yep, unfortunately I kind of screwed up a little bit. I don't think there's any way for me to quite kill him off with 2 HP, and then he's unfortunately gonna Reaper me, which finishes me. So this was a short run. Maybe I should not have run at the giant flaming elite enemy. Oh well. We'll try again next time. Let's try one more run with the Ironclad, since we didn't even get through the first part of the dungeon there. Alright. Yeah, if you don't beat the first boss, he gives you a bit of shade for that. So we're going to go for enemies only have 1 HP. Let's see, I like drawing cards, so we're going to go with Pommel Strike. Let's see what we got here. Alright, well obviously, alright, so we found our way during a corridor. We see a banana, a donut, and a box floating about. Upon closer inspection, they are tied to strings coming from holes in the ceiling, and there's a quiet cackling from above. Alright, well we don't need the banana because our health is already at max. So we can eat the donut for a 5 max HP, or we can obtain a relic and become cursed with regret for not eating the donut. But at the end of our turn, we lose HP number cards in our hand. I think I'm going to go with the donut, so we just get our max HP up. Having some good more HP in this game is always a good thing. Ah, the slime one again. Alright. Um, Gold is useful even if we didn't get to a shop last time. And we do get heal at the end of each combat. So hopefully we should be able to get that back, especially since the enemies still are only going to have 1 health. So we can just kill them in 1 blow each and get healed from 4 or 6. So we should be back up to full health in 1 more combat. I'm going to go with Perfected Strike. Alright. So now we get to fight a couple of slimes. And once again, just kind of beat them on 1 attack. So you can see our Perfected Strike currently deals 20 damage since we have so many strike cards in our hand, which is pretty great. So I'm going to go with Cleave. I like AoE as well. We're going to do this flamey boss dude again, which hopefully we can defeat this guy again. So this guy's got Metastasize 8. So at the end of each of its turns, it gains 8 health, and it also has Regenerate 3. So we're gonna have to deal some pretty strong damage to this guy. Alright. So, yeah, the first turn for this guy, he gets stunned when you wake him up immediately, so he gives you 1 turn to kind of bash at him a bit, but then he hits you for pretty strong going after that. So we're gonna do 2 block to try and block some of that damage, and then we'll do a Cleave to deal 8 damage. And we'll just continue bashing this guy despite him gaining a little bit of health, which is fine. So we bash and we do some defense, and he's going to hit us, and then next turn hopefully we can hit him for a bit more damage when he's vulnerable. Nice, we got lots of damaging cards. Alright, Perfected Strike while he's weak deals 30 damage. That is a real good draw from that bash. Siphon Soul, oh man, lots of debuffs from that. Alright. Let's see, what do we got? Alright, so we're gonna want the defend. Let's apply some more vulnerability for next turn, making them even weaker to our attacks. Alright, we got Perfected Strike back, which is going to deal a little bit less damage because we got negative strength, but still going to deal more than enough. And then we'll Cleave, and we can't quite defeat him. Darn, I miscalculated because I forgot about the -1 strength we have, so we're going to take extra damage we didn't really need to, which isn't great, but we'll defeat him this turn. It's alright. We got War Paint, which upon pickup upgrades 2 of our random skills. Again, the only skill cards we have are blocks, so they're just going to upgrade those, but it's helpful. And we got the Emerald Key. I'm pretty sure we want to collect all 3 of the keys throughout the combat, and something special is probably going to happen. I haven't gotten to the point where we could do that, but it looked like I unlocked the 3rd part of the key from beating with the robot one yesterday, so that's alright. Alright, hey, Ginger Spice, thanks for the good luck. We are going to go with armaments for upgrading cards. Upgrading cards, even temporarily, is always helpful. Alright, we got a guy here who can heal us or remove a card from our deck. We're pretty low on health, so we're definitely going to go with the heal this time. Thank you, random cleric. Best healer. Have a good day. And then we get a treasure chest, which is going to be something good. Alright, so let's get some gold, and then we have to start each combat with 3 thorns, or we get the sapphire key. I'm pretty sure collecting all 3 of the keys is important, but thorns are also really great. I'm sure we'll get more treasure chests later on, so I'm going to go with thorns for now. So Armaments Plus is pretty great because if you upgrade it, it upgrades all the cards in your hand for the rest of combat, which is really, really useful, because then you can just get a bunch of cards upgraded, and during longer combats you can use that on multiple cards, and probably eventually get all the cards in your deck upgraded. Yes, we did in fact loot the looter. Alright, so we want to do Wild Strike for 12 damage, or do I want to do Twin Strike, which deals 5 damage twice, so it's going to do 10, but could be buffed up more by strength and stuff if we get any strength plus things. So I think I'm going to go with Twin Strike. I think I'm going to go with Headbutt over these, because Dazed isn't great, True Grit exhausts the card, so that's not super great either. So we're going to go with Headbutt, which allows us to get a card back from our discard pile. Then there's Blood for Blood, which costs 1 less for each time we lose HP during this combat and deals 18 damage. So that currently costs 4, which means we can't play it to start off with. But I think we're going to take we generally take some damage during boss fights, and dealing 18 for possibly as low as 0 because we're going to take some damage is probably the best option there. So, like the other slimes we fought before, this one will split when you get it down to half HP, and then those will split into smaller slimes, which will split into even smaller slimes, potentially. So, you gotta, be wary of how much HP you're getting things knocked down to. So we're going to start off with our Perfected Strike, dealing 20 damage. We're going to do it, give him a Headbutt, so we can get our Perfected Strike back to deal a lot more damage next turn to him. And then he's going to do a Goose Spray at us, which will add just a bunch of slime cards to our discard pile, which are not helpful because they're dead cards, but it's alright. So we're going to just hit him with another Perfected Strike here to knock him down real low. We're going to hit him down with another strike, and then we're going to end our turn. He's going to do some unknown thing, which I believe is just going to be a super strong attack. Yeah, it's going to be a super strong attack next turn. So if at all possible, now we want to get him down to below 70 HP so that he will split instead of doing the super strong attack. So we're going to do an armaments here to get a little bit of armor, but also upgrade all of our cards so they deal even more damage. And then we're going to do a Twin Strike to hit him for 7 twice, and then we're going to do a Pommel Strike to him to get a couple extra cards, which aren't really what we need right now, but it's more just to deal as much damage to him as he can before he splits. And that way he'll split into 57 health creatures instead of 70 or whatever he was at before. So yeah, he's going to split into these Spike Slime and the Acid Slime, and both of these can split again into smaller versions of themselves. So we have to be aware of which one we're going to try and take down first. So we're going to play our 2 defend cards to get some armor up so we don't take as much damage from him. And then we're going to start by taking out the Acid Slimes, because the Acid Slimes are the ones that generally add more of these slime cards to your deck, I believe. So we want to get rid of that one so we don't get as many slime cards. So he's going to hit us and then add some more slime cards to our deck, which is why we want to get rid of that one first, because it's just going to be dead cards if we don't. So, alright, we're going to go with a Pommel Strike on this guy. See what we draw from that. Alright, so then, let's see. Let's go with, yeah, we'll go with a Headbutt. Get ourselves the Pommel Strike back for next round, and now he's going to split again, so we'll hit him again to knock him down as much as possible, so he splits into weaker monsters. So this guy's just going to debuff us again, which is unfortunate, but it's alright. And then he's going to split into 2 12 health Acid Slime mediums. So we really need to get rid of those real quick, so we'll have to gain some block. And we'll do a Pommel Strike on one of these, and hopefully we'll gain a strike. Oh, we drew a Cleave, even better. 8 damage to everyone. Killing one of them off and leaving the other one at only 4 HP. Alright, so we're going to definitely take some damage here, which is great, but isn't the end of the world, because after the boss encounters you get healed anyways. Alright, and we drew the Perfect Strike, which we can upgrade with armaments, making it deal 30 HP. Which we're going to slash this guy with, and honestly, I think we're just going to, oh, well, we don't have enough energy. If we had enough energy, I'd just slash him again instead of killing this guy, but that's alright. Alright, so now we have 2 16 Spike Slimes and a 1 of these. So we'll just do the more damaging strike on one of these, the less damaging strike on this one, and then play a defend because we have the energy. Why not? And then we're just going to keep getting licked. Getting more and more frail, but since they don't do damage that often, it's fine. Alright, so we got Twin Strike, which will take out this guy. And then we'll just do a strike on this guy and leave those slime cards alone. I probably should have played one of them to get rid of them, but that's alright. We're going to be able to take this guy down this turn anyways. Sort of, we got enough energy to finally use Blood for Blood because we've finally taken a few damage this turn, so we'll take him out. Nice. So we got an explosive potion, which deals 10 damage to everyone, which is super cool. And then for defeating a boss, we get one of these super rare cards that are the yellow or gold or whatever you want to do them. I think I'm going to go with Reaper, because not only does it do some AoE, but it's also some healing, and so that could be really useful. So then for defeating the boss, we also get a boss treasure chest, so we get to choose one of 3 relics. I guess Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo is a valid option. Let's try that. All right, we'll go with Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo. Catch a tiger by his toe. If he hollers, let him go. And my mother said, okay. I think we're gonna go with the fusion hammer. I've decided I want that one more anyway, since we already got the card that does healing. So sort of Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo, but all right. Ooh, and we can even play Reaper to get a little bit of health back. And then we'll be able to perfect strike him to finish him off with the perfect strike. I think I'm going to go with second wind to get a bunch of block, because block is sometimes super helpful. We could use a bit more of that. Alright, let's see what the event is. Alright, so we have a series of tombs faced with a large sarcophagus studded with gems. You cannot make out the writing on the coffin, however, you do notice a black fog seeping in from the sides. So we can obtain a relic, and we have a 50% chance of being cursed with Writhe. So curses cannot be removed from the deck, and they are just dead cards. This is an innate card, which means we will always draw it at the start of our turn, or start of our first turn, if we have it in our deck. So it'll just be an immediate unplayable card on our first turn. But it's only 50% chance, so darn. We got it. But we also got the Ancient Tea set. So sneaking past a group of shrouded figures, one of them approaches you. Got anything for me, friend? Maybe some coin? I just need somewhere to stay. I have treasures I can trade. So we can offer 85 gold to obtain a relic. We can rob him to obtain a relic, but become cursed by shame, which we don't want, especially since we have more than enough gold to pay this guy. So let's just pay him to gain a relic. We gained a pair, which increases our max HP by 10. So now our max HP is 95. Nice, nice. Getting close to 100 there. Plus, pairs are great. I really enjoy pairs. Alright, let's see. And speaking of which, now we're fighting something that looks a little like a pair. I'm going to go with Iron Wave. Iron Wave's good. Deal some damage and get some block. That sounds good to me. Alright, we've discovered a colorful shop with the banner in Spire. Haha, because it's in Spire. And walk in to see what's inside. And it says, no way, can't let you in. A man with ridiculous clothing appears at the entrance to bar you. That's interesting. What is the style? Disgusting. Are you bleeding? Gross. Business. You a customer? Whatever. He lets out an exaggerated sigh and points at a list of services. The services seem fine, but you would rather punch the smug man in his smug face. Let's see what's in our deck again. Is there anything we want to get removed? Well, I mean, if we can get rid of Writhe. I don't remember if we can do that with this too, but let's try. Can I get rid of it? Yeah, let's get rid of Writhe. It is literally just a dead card. Good thing to burn. And of course, should have punched him. Well, not happening. Alright, so the Centennial Puzzle, I wonder what that reference is to, is a one that makes us, for the first time we lose HP each combat, we draw 3 cards, so that's super helpful. Just gotta believe in the heart of the cards, you see. We could get Flex and just gain a lot of extra strength for 1 turn, which is super helpful, so we're gonna go with Flex. Welcome the new viewers we got here. We're playing Slay the Spire. Hopefully you're enjoying. If you are, feel free to subscribe. Your name will show up on the upper left corner. Nice. Thanks for the following. Sure, why not get another Iron Wave? Doing damage and some armor is always a positive thing. Alright, let's see. We're not going to go that way because that way relies an elite, and we're getting a bit lower on health. So we're going to go this way. Which treasure chest? There's no way of telling them apart, so we'll just go to this one. See what we get, see what we get. 77 gold, and then the Horn Cleat or the Sapphire Key. We can only choose one of these. I'm going to go with the key so we can finish off our thing up here. Again, I haven't played I haven't beaten it with all 3 until yesterday, so I don't know what completing this thing does. But Hopefully a good thing. Alright, so we found an ornate building, which appears to be abandoned. The plaque has been torn free from the wall, and it reads the library. We found countless scrolls, rolls of scrolls, manuscripts, and books. Alright, so we can either choose one of 20 cards to add to our deck, which is going to be probably a pretty good one since there's going to be 20 options, or heal 30. Well, I think we got a camp coming up, so we're gonna add one of these cards here. Let's see what we got. Alright, nice. We got lots of options here. Rampage, alright, by Hannah Legion. Yes, that does sound like fun. Let's go for a rampage. Stories about a man who journeyed beyond the stars and found himself stuck on a desolate foreign planet. Ingenuity, luck, and perseverance and humor to retain his sanity were his tools to return home. Fascinating. Doesn't sound like Rampage, but we're going to Rampage anyways. Alright, and because if we took damage for the first time, we get 3 extra cards from the Centennial Puzzle. So this turn we get a lot of cards to choose from, including Flex. Flexing's always good on them. Doing armaments to upgrade all the rest of cards in our hand here. And then we can just take out this guy with Blood for Blood. Alright, we got Flame Barrier. Gain 12 block whenever you're attacked this turn, deal 4 damage. That's a pretty good card. It gives us a lot of block and a bit of extra more damage to them whenever they attack us. So we're going to probably go with the Flame Barrier. Let's see. I'm a little bit low on HP, so Brutality is a little bit of a difficult pick, but based on the fact that we've got Flexing and Rampaging, I mean, we kind of have to go for Brutality, don't we? Yeah, we got to go for Brutality. Yes, Vrilken Masters is very approves of our Brutality. We have become the monster. Alright, so we're going to be fighting a suit of armor, basically, or a bronze automaton. He's got 3 artifacts, which will negate debuffs we do to him, so we got to be a bit careful with that. But on the other hand, does that matter when we can just Rampage and Pommel Strike and Headbutt and all these other fun things? Anyways, we're just going to, yeah, we'll just take Rampage back, and yeah, then we'll be able to do that, and we'll just get rid of this. You play these block cards so we can get a little block, get them out of our hand. Oh yeah, I forgot the automaton summons minions. Well, that is not the best, but it's okay. We did draw our Reaper card, which would heal us for 12, but currently we're not down far enough for that to have good of effect, so we're going to kind of just not do that for now. We got Perfected Strike, which would deal 20 damage. That's good. We got Rampage here, dealing 13. Going to definitely play that again. We'll try and take out these little orbs first, because they're kind of a pain in the butt, but we also need to do some blocks, so we're not taking quite so much damage. The good news is we still got those thorns, so everyone will take a little bit of damage just from hitting us, and due to our Centennial Puzzle, we'll draw some more cards from taking damage for the first time. So we get a lot of stuff this turn. Alright, what do we got? Oh, Blood for Blood now is literally free because we've taken so much damage. So we'll get our Flex up, deal 22 damage killing off that guy, do our Iron Wave on this guy, dealing some more damage, getting some good armor, do a good old bash on this guy to make him weaker, which I probably should have done first, but that's alright. Dealing 13 damage to that guy, knocking him down to 1 HP. Which he's not attacking this turn, but if he was, he would kill himself on the thorns. So this guy is going to buff himself, giving himself some armor and some strength. What? That guy just removed one of our cards from the deck. He just got rid of our Brutality. That is lame. Well, I guess no Brutality for us this turn. That's alright. We'll go with a Flame Barrier to gain some armor. And then we'll just do a Cleave to kill off him, deal some damage to him. Alright, we get our card back. Yes, we'll become Brutality. It's alright, Realkin Masters. When you defeat him, we get it back. So then we got the Brutality back, so now we got it again. And then we'll upgrade our Strike and Iron Wave. So now we'll take 1 damage each turn, but we also get to draw an extra card, which is super helpful. Alright, so we're going to go with... He's not going to damage us this turn, so we're just going to do a Flame Strike. We're going to wait on the Reaper because I think he's going to summon more guys this turn, so if we can draw the Reaper when he has guys, we'll summon it. We'll get healed for more damage. So we're going to hit him for that, and we're going to do a Flame Barrier. Even though he's not going to hit us, it's still useful. Alright, so we take our damage. We got our armaments to upgrade our cards in our hand. We're going to flex on him. We're going to do a Iron Wave. We'll do our Perfected Strike, dealing 30 damage. We're getting him down, but he's going to do a real strong attack this turn, so we got to be a little careful here. I think I might try to drink the skill potion and see what it gives us. Alright, we can get Rage. Whenever you play an attack this turn, seeing red, or double tap. This turn, the next attack you played is played twice. Well, that would have been better for us to do at the beginning of this turn, because then I could have Perfected Striked him twice. I think I'm going to go with the seeing red, so I can just play that immediately and get a little more armor on here and hit him one more time. Yeah, that just deals 10 damage, and this just is a random attack, so that is not helpful right now. He's going to do his Hyper Beam, which is going to deal a lot of damage, but that's okay. We got some back here. Alright, we got Rampage, dealing more damage. We'll do a good old Rampage to him. And of course, just like in the Pokemon games, after you do a Hyper Beam, you have to skip your next turn. So he's not going to be hurting us this round at all. Alright, we'll give him a good bash. So our next turn we can deal even more damage to him. Alright, this is going to be a good turn. We can do Rampage, which this one now deals 23 damage because we've been using it so much. We got Blood for Blood, which is a free another 18 damage. We got Iron Wave here. We're going to do Headbutt here, and we're going to bring back that Rampage to deal even more damage next turn. And then we're going to give him a good old Cleave. He's going to hit us pretty hard. And we're going to be knocked pretty low, but I think we can still do this. It's going to be close. We'll have to see what we get this turn. Alright, we got Flex. We got Bash to make him take even more damage, although he negated it with his defensive things. That's fine. We got Rampage, which is going to deal 32 damage. And then we got Strike to deal 13 damage, so he's now real low. We got this. We got this. We just got to be little careful with what he's going to do. Already buffed himself up a bit more. That's fine. That's fine. We'll see if we can do this. We got Perfected Strike. That's what I like to see. We're going to be able to knock him out with that last strike, and we defeated him. Only 4 HP left, but again, you get fully healed at the end of a boss fight, so it doesn't matter. I think I'm going to go with Juggernaut, because we already have Thorns and a decent amount of block, so we can deal even extra more damage when we block. I understand, Real Kid Masters, that you want more brutality, but we got real low that fight. I don't think more brutality is quite the answer here, unfortunately. I tend to kind of forget about potions, so the Sozu is not a bad option, but the Runic Pyramid to just keep the cards in our hand can be useful as well, because then we only discard cards when we play them. Both of those two could be useful. I do enjoy having a lot of extra energy. That would mean that after a rest site, we would have just 8 energy and be able to play so many super strong cards on our thing. So I think I'm going to go with the Sozu here. The good news is we've now drawn Rampage, which will both hurt them all a lot and heal us for a bunch. And then we just have to do Strike on this guy, and they're all dead. And we heal a bit more. Rupture Plus, which whenever you lose HP from a card, gain 2 Strength. Well, that would work well with our Brutality, I believe. So, no, it says from a card, so it wouldn't work from our Brutality. So let's go with Wild Strike here. Oh, nice, a chest, even better. We get a Stone Calendar. At the end of turn 7, deals 52 damage to all enemies. Well, games don't generally get to turn 7, but at bosses they can, and dealing 52 damage to everyone is a lot. So that's good for combats that go a long time. Alright, so Anger is pretty good because it does cost 0, but it can also stack up a lot because the more you play it, the more it adds piles to your discard pile. So the Anger gets more and more Angers as you play more and more of them. But dealing 6 damage for 0 is not generally a bad thing, and we have ways of drawing cards, so I'm going to go with Anger. And Heavy Blade. we have cards that give us strength now, unlike last time we drew Heavy Blade, so we're gonna pick up Heavy Blade. And I think we're gonna pick up the Lantern as well. And then I'm going to remove one of the strike cards here. Let's give it a shot. Let's fight this nemesis. Alright, we're going to do a Perfected Strike at him. We'll do a Cleave. We'll get angry at him. And we'll just do the defense things because we don't have anything else to play. He's going to give us a bunch of bird cards in our deck here, which is not great. We'll do Juggernaut here. We'll do Defend to try and block some stuff. We'll do a Pommel Strike, see what we draw from that. And then we'll do the Twin Strike, which, oh, I forgot, he has Intangible. Alright, so every once in a while he gets Intangible, which makes for all damage this turn only does 1. So that was not the best time to do a bunch of damage to him, but that's alright. I didn't have a bunch of defensive cards I could play anyways. This is going to really hurt. Yeah, he deals lots of strong damage. We're going to do with the Flame Barricade. I'm not going to play Brutality this turn, unfortunately, because we're just too low on health right now to have that go real well. We're going to just try to block as much damage as possible. I know, you really want us to play the Brutality, but we're only at 16 health, so we're going to have some difficulty from that if we keep losing health at this point, especially since he's got to put a bunch of burns in our deck, which makes us take extra damage. We're going to bring the Flame Barrier back so we can block some more stuff next turn, and then we'll do a Wild Strike at him here. He's going to get pretty massively hurt from both hitting us from the Thorns and Juggernaut and the fire damage there. Alright, let's see. He is intangible this turn, so any damage we do to him will only be 1. We definitely still want to do the Flame Barrier. We might as well do the Rampage. Even if it only does 1, it'll still increase the damage it does going for the future. We'll do a Bash so that maybe next damage when he's not invulnerable or intangible, we can do some more damage to him, hopefully. He's going to throw more burns in our deck. And then we'll draw a bunch of stuff here. Alright, so we'll get some armaments. We'll do an Iron Wave. We'll do another Iron Wave. And then we'll hit him with a Heavy Blade, even though we don't have any strength, because it's just going to go away at the end of the turn anyways. Alright. So we're going to get hit real hard, and unfortunately I think he's going to kill us because I wasn't able to play quite enough blocks. So that is unfortunate. Maybe Real Kin Masters is right, and I should have given in to the Brutality. But that's okay. So we get some experience from that, and we get kicked back to the main menu.